And hello again, YouTube. Back again in the middle of the clutch repair job with a 78 Toyota pickup. And figured since we have the transmission out, and I'll probably be sorry if I don't do it anyway, we're going to try to replace the input shaft seal on this transmission. Now, I've been doing my research, and as usual, information's really hard to find for the earlier stuff. This is the W50 5-speed transmission manual. Couldn't determine if you had to take the bell housing off in order to get to this retainer plate, which has 4 10mm bolts in it. A couple of diagrams I saw looks like you don't need to. I'm going to try just to take the plate off as it is and see what happens. So, stand by, we'll learn together. Well, as is usual, can't have anything easy. The heads of these 10mm bolts are a little chewed. Looks like somebody's been in here before. Couldn't quite get good access to get them loose, so I had to take the bell housing off. 7 17mm bolts. Not so bad, just came right off. We'll attack these other ones next. Excuse me. There we go, we got our loose. Just slides right off. And there's our seal. Don't know how we're going to get her out of there, but we'll have at it. There we go, not so bad. The seal is in here like this. There's a way to actually get the screwdriver and get up under here and just pry it up. You go on around, pry it up, comes right out. This was easy. Now we're going to get the new one, get that installed. And I always make sure I compare my old parts to my new parts, just to make sure they're the right thing, right size. This is a national seal, part number 1981. This should work on all W50 5-speed transmissions for the input shaft. This was about $10. This old seal is probably original, 40 years old to the truck, a Koyo. And it's a good thing I'm replacing it, because if you look real careful on the new one, see that nice lip in there? This one, the lip is gone, and the little spring inside, see it's got a spring in there? Spring's actually wearing through. Right down at the bottom of that lip. You can actually see the metal coming through. I went and checked the input shaft itself. I don't see or feel a groove here, so I think we're good. If you have a groove here, you got a bit of a problem. But I think we're going to be fine with this one. So we're going to get this installed in the retainer, and we're going to use our old seal as a driver to get the new seal seated. Like I said, never throw your old parts away until you know you're done with them. Alright, I hope we're not too dark back here and you all can see this. Went ahead and cleaned all this area out. Now some people say to oil this so the seal goes in easier. I'm not personally a fan of that. And because I think you want this rubber sticking to that metal. You're going to need to oil the inside lips though once you get done. So let's see what we got here. I've got to reposition this a little bit. Just tap this in very lightly. Mosquitoes. You can also take a piece of wood and tap this home. I'll get to that now. Sides down. Don't be afraid to punch it a little bit. Give it a little bit. I mean, if you're too gentle with it, it's never going to move. It's going to get frustrating. Hang on. Feel it. It's down. You need to get this side. Starting to go. Sorry about this camera work, but this tripod's about on its last legs. Haha, joke. I'll come back when it's done. Alright, we got it. Got it nice and oiled up. As you can see, this lip here, this outside, it's got to be all the way down. Not flush with it, but all the way down. If you don't have a seal installer set, the only way to get to this is, again, use the old seal. Just put it in exactly the same way and tap around the edges until you get it down in there. Don't be afraid to give it a little bit. Don't go crazy, because you'll bend the heck out of it. But you actually have to put a little bit on it to get it to seat, especially when you put them in dry like I do. And also, just to note, the 4 holes on here, you see these are thread further out than these are. These go on the bottom side. See that? So now we're going to get that cap back on, get the bell housing back on, and be done with it. Nice and easy. There should be a little resistance. These bolts have little washers on them too, don't forget those. I do not know the torque spec on these. I'm going to guess they're probably between 9 and 14. Wow. Yeah. Might help if you use the right end. Just going to snug them up. That's good, that's firm. Good. That's good. Of course, the proper way is to get the torque spec and use a torque wrench on this to find out. But this will be just fine. That's firm. That's firm. That's firm. And that's firm. And there you go. Now we're going to get the bell housing back on. Okay. Let's see now. started. And then run these top ones in. Just hold it. Now these 17mm bolts, you all still there? Yep. 17mm bolts, pretty much standard on a lot of this Toyota, is about 51 to 58 or 59 foot-pounds. I've got an air impact gun here, and I know once it tightens up, that's between 60 and 70, so that'll be nice and close. And let's do it the hard way. There we go. I just like to get them started like this first, just to make sure nothing's cross-threaded. These aluminum parts, you do not want that. Okay, and I'm going to run this the same way I'd run a wheel or a tire. I'm going to try to do a cross pattern. Noise alert. Forward on the first setting. Till it stops. Good, done. Buttoned up, good to go. That's it. That's all there is to it. I was worried about having to get that bell housing off because I wasn't sure about how things were arranged, but hey, as you saw, nice and simple. That's why I'm taping this and posting for anybody else who's wondering. Whew. Just could not get to those bolts, and some of the corners on them weren't so great on the 10mm. So hey, take out the bell housing, don't take any chances with it. Nice, clean, simple, straight ahead. Whew. So there you go. Getting warm out here. June in Florida, baby. More coming. So there we go. Hope this helps somebody out there. Hope it's some information you might have been looking for. Hope it shows you how easy this kind of job is. It's not a big deal. Just take your time, be patient. Look around. I use YouTube for research all the time. If you can do this, it's no big deal. And again, if you got the transmission out for any reason, like a clutch job or anything else, great time to put $10 a piece of mind in that thing. That thing's not going to leak again for another 20 or 30 years. Even with that worn seal, the way it was not leaking, but as you saw, it was due. 20, 30,000 miles, who knows what that spring's going to do to that shaft. There we go, wrap it up. Thanks again for watching. Appreciate comments, any questions, write me. Throw a comment down below, I'll respond to it. If I know, I'll tell you. If not, I will look for an answer for you. So, appreciate you being here. See you next time.